Hey guys, what is going on? So I just tried this new product and honestly, the price is pretty crazy and I thought it was going to be really bad. But now that I look at it and the ingredients and everything, I'm pretty impressed and I think the price is pretty much unbeatable. So the product is Own PWR. I'm guessing that's power. I don't know. It's a really bad name, but it's the Amazon brand from my understanding. And they just offer a variety of different fitness products. So I've had their glutamine. I've been using their glutamine and they're pretty cheap. You know, it's basically just like kind of the cheapest stuff that you can get. You can get it directly from Amazon. Didn't really have any high expectations from any of the stuff, but I've used their protein before. It's pretty good. The price wasn't as crazy as this is. The glutamine was the cheapest stuff I could find. So, I mean, glutamine is glutamine. And then this stuff is, you know, it's 30 servings, so you can't get a bigger serving amount unless you go for the unflavored, which in my experience, unflavored aminos aren't great. But these flavors, I got both the flavors. They're actually both really good. Not as good as the aminos from GNC. I love those. But those are $30 a piece for 30 servings, whereas this is like $11 or $12. And if we look at, you know, the ingredients, it's going to have your typical 5 grams of branched chain amino acids, 2 to 1 to 1 ratio. Pretty standard, but then they also throw in other amino acids as well. So it's not the same, it's not essential amino acids in that same sense, but you get 3 grams of glutamine, which is more beneficial when you're cutting. But I honestly have glutamine every single day, so that's, you know, an added bonus. 3 grams is not a huge dose. I usually go for, you know, 5+ grams, but that's still a pretty large dose. And then 1.5 grams of citrulline, L-citrulline. So not citrulline malate, which is pretty cool, but it's also a pretty low dose. But I mean, if you were going to have this during your workout and you had citrulline prior, then that would be a pretty good dose. And then 1.5 grams of taurine. Now this is maybe not something that I would buy, but it's in there, I suppose. And then you get also just an electrolyte blend. So you get potassium chloride, which it's a very small amount of potassium. Usually you're not able to dose potassium very high. But magnesium oxide in here brings your magnesium daily allowance to 26%, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, otherwise just pretty underdosed electrolytes. But it's not the greatest thing in the world, but they're all added benefits that maybe, you know, you wouldn't get from a regular BCAA. And it's $11 or $12. So this is a good flavor. You get your typical 5 grams of BCAAs and you get that additional stuff as well for a cheap price. And it mixes very well. So it takes a little bit of time to mix. Not as easy as, you know, the GNC essential aminos that I have, or even, you know, I have other brands that mix, you know, a little bit more easily, but this one mixes, once you put in a little bit of work, it completely dissolves, which is not something I can say about all aminos. So this is probably my second favorite aminos, you know, price aside. I'm looking to try some more as well, but as far as the ones that I've tried, this is probably my second favorite one, second only to the GNC essential aminos, which I guess if you think about it, I do like the real essential aminos. Those are really cool as well, but those are very expensive. So these are extremely, extremely cheap. So again, third favorite, not second favorite, but these are extremely cheap, about a third of the price of those real essential aminos. And you get more aminos overall, even if they're not the right ratios or whatever. So yeah, the flavors are pretty good. They're pretty subtle. So, you know, if you're going to be mixing it in a large jug, just keep that in mind. It's probably going to be not very flavorful, but you know, I had very low expectations for this. I just bought it because I had like Amazon credit and I figured, hey, I'm going to go buy something with Amazon credit. And I bought this and man, I was pleasantly surprised. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to leave the link in the description for these and also for the GNC ones that I love. And the GNC ones are over twice as expensive as this. So something to keep in mind. If you can get it on sale, that's one thing. But if it's not on sale, you know, these, every time I look, they're the same price. So I just figured I'd buy them. And I'm pleasantly surprised. So just throwing that out there. One of my favorite aminos that I've tried and insanely cheap. So that's all I got to say about that. I will keep you updated and I'll talk to you soon.